Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Morningwood, A2D Radio, live from the Real Talk Studios, like we are every week. And every week, we are brought to you by our doc, make him yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC. Find him on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Tom Arnone, Brian Wilson, Greg Mokovic. Is my headset just totally jacked? Or am I just that loud through the board?
You seem loud.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you want to, not touch what I touched. You know what I mean? Maybe not touch what I touched.
He's still a young kid in the game.
Yeah, like Morning Wood. Welcome to Morning Wood, where I come in.
He's still in his infancy.
Where I come in 6 to midnight because I actually fixed it. When my guy comes in, you don't know what 3 and 4 is. He probably was moving it around, and then everything I went and did
got
was
happy
gone.
fingers over
there. This is becoming trending. I mean, I hate to point fingers weekly. I really hate to do it.
Yeah, but someone's a problem.
Somebody's in.
Hey, Ralph, you available Friday mornings? Love to have you. We'd love to have you, Ralph.
Somebody's an issue. We got a lot to talk about today.
That being said, he did buy Sizzlies, so we give a tip of the cap there.
Yep, we'll tip it.
We'll tip the cap there.
Tons to talk about. Christmas in October yesterday as the Phillies relieved Gabe Kapler of his managerial duties.
What a day. It's a holiday.
We'll dive into Phillies managerial search. Who's next up? Every report coming out right now, fam, is that it's going to be a guy with experience. That's what it sounds like. Now, that can always change, and we're going to give you our top 5 guys that we want. And guess what? Not every guy might not be, I bet you 3 out of my 5 are going to be former big-time managers.
Oh, yeah. Well,
and I'll probably have 2.
Mine are.
I'll probably have 2 that aren't, that are more like a sleeper. But I believe they're going all in for a guy who's probably won before.
Yeah,
that's just my guess. That's just my vibe. Phillies fire Gabe. That's our other topic. We'll dive into Gabe Kapler.
If it doesn't work, Klentak's fired, and he knows that now. So
that's what we have to go on.
I mean, that's what you got to hope. You hope that he realizes that and maybe grows the fuck up.
When I was talking to a buddy yesterday,
I'd like to fire him too.
When I was talking to a buddy yesterday, I said now he knows his job's on the line. That's his hire.
Yeah.
So now you have to go out.
You're lucky that you even kept your job.
Now you have to go out and hire somebody
Middleton,
else.
I'm like, you better get this right.
Well, guess why he kept his job? Because you can say it was Middleton. You can say whatever you want. And listen, I'm not a Klentak guy, but I got to be fair sometimes. I got to be fair. All right, the Gabe Kapler signing and hire was terrible, okay? But last year he went out and signed 5 former All-Stars. 5. That's not easy to do, right? You have 5 former All-Stars come in. Now, granted, when you open a checkbook up, it's easier, but you still have to get these guys to sign here. And he did, with a manager that we know's quirky and we know guys maybe didn't want to play for, right? So he was able to do that. You give him the Arrieta, Santana, tip of the cap 2 years ago for going to get vets in here. Right, so I mean, now in terms of draft-wise and all that, it doesn't look good right now. But from a buddy I talked to that plays in the Phillies organization, he's telling
got some guys down there.
He's telling me Moniak.
Everyone thinks that we have like no one down there.
He's telling me Moniak is going to be a stud.
Yeah,
that people forgot about him.
He's been singing down there,
and they're forgetting about him. And he's like, I'm telling you, he's a stud. He's a stud. He's just not as fast as some of these other guys get up. Like everybody wants Harper and Trout right away.
Well, everyone sees
you don't
Soto.
Yeah, you don't get that all the time.
That shit's very rare, extremely rare. These guys are are upper echelon, super.
So my point is, as much as I think Matt Klentak is to blame, I believe he gets another 2 years as he should. Because I got to see some of these prospects that he drafted get up to the show too. I got to allow that process to happen a little bit. Now, not too long. I'm not giving you 10 years. But, I mean, we're talking about giving you 5, 6. I think that's fair to say, hey, this regime didn't work. When you talk about the general manager and president of baseball operations, Andy McPhail. Okay, so then we'll know over the next 2 years, hey, they failed. They just weren't good enough. It's one thing. You can fail when you're first manager. You can't continue to fail. Yeah, so I have to give him credit for last offseason. I'm not giving him credit for in-season stuff because he was terrible and it was disgusting. But I am going to give him credit where credit is due a little bit, where he did go out and bring guys in here.
Well, guess what, though? If we're going to believe your boy.
Who's my boy?
Singer.
Oh, yeah.
If you're going to believe Singer about Moniak, then I'm kind of happy that we didn't move him then.
Well, I believe a guy's played with a guy.
Yeah, that's what
I'm always going to believe a guy's played with a guy.
I believe it more than anybody else that doesn't know the guy. You know what I'm saying? So
no reason to say it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. No reason to say it.
But my point is, though.
Because if you say he's not going to be good, I'm not going to come on and repeat that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not that guy. I'm not going to come on and throw you under the bus like, oh, he said Moniak's not going to be good.
Yeah,
no.
We wouldn't do that.
No, but when you say he's going to be good, I'm definitely going to repeat that because people should know the guy's 22 years old.
Yeah, he's young.
Like,
you got drafted out of high school. It doesn't happen overnight.
If he's up by 24, you're not happy with that?
I'm very happy with
that. I mean, I'm not excited that we can't get a guy up at 20, but again.
Chase Utley came up at 24. Ryan Howard came up at 25.
And Ryan Howard was way too late. But, yeah, I mean, Utley was about right where he should have been.
24.
Right where he should have been. But
and he went to college.
We could do Phillies, and we're going to do it all day. But we'll save it for the second half because.
But what I was saying, I'm hoping maybe it's better that we didn't trade Moniak then around the All-Star break and kept him because we think he's going to be good.
He's going to be stud. You would hope Hazley, Moniak, and Harper will be your outfield in the next 2 years once the McCutchen game is over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Once he's past his time.
So we'll get into Phillies later on. We'll continue to talk about Phillies. Feel free to chime in. Anything you got Phillies-wise, we'll read it off. Listen, huge game Sunday, and I'm not talking like must-win huge games. It's a big game. Every game in the NFL is a huge game.
It's a big game.
It's a road game. We've been tested on the road, obviously going to Lambeau. Here's another test going to Minnesota. We'll do our players of the game and score predictions. We want yours as well. Chime in. Drop it in the chat, screenshot it, offensive, defensive player of the game, score predictions. Morning Wood, we're givers on Morning Wood, obviously. Ask the ladies. We're giving you $50 too, okay? So that's all you got to do.
Just out here giving.
I was going to say something, but my wife might not talk to me for a week. So I'm going to – Eagles-Vikings preview.
Sherry doesn't like the name of the show. So.
She already gave us a bunch for that. That's all you guys can come up with. That's the best you guys got.
Really?
I said it's about the substance. It's not about the show name. If you're getting that semantics, it took me a while to come up with this. You know what I mean? Like A2D, and people didn't understand it. Agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. Sports.
Don't try to pretend like I wasn't involved in that.
Yeah, nothing to do with it.
Oh my God, you're such a liar. I think I was the one that coined that.
No, because remember the first show, and I think before you even started was agree to disagree.
I think we maybe had a couple long talks.
Oh, there possibly could have been.
A couple long talks about it.
We've been talking a long time.
Just breathing.
We've been talking a long time. Eagles-Vikings preview is the main topic at hand. Ties into the poll. The Eagles will win in Minnesota. Do you agree? Disagree? Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. A2D Radio is where you can find us. Real quick. Use for all our gamblers out there, right? We're trying to give you money every way we can here. Use promo code A2D. Save 20%. All you got to do is go to ATSSportPicks.com. That's ATSSportPicks.com. Use A2D promo code for 20% off. Real simple. They're on fire.
And they're on fire.
They are on fire.
Especially hockey.
And listen, it doesn't matter what you're winning money in.
Sportpicks.com. Get that cash.
It's still money.
Listen, try to get a little walking around cash for the family. Let's go here, huh?
We haven't helped you, so we brought in somebody to help you.
I've been doing better.
Me too. Guys on the up deck.
I mean,
thank you, Washington.
When you hit rock bottom, you can't go anywhere else but up. So, I mean.
Only one direction. When you're down a grand, there's only one way to go. Well, there's two ways, essentially.
Yeah.
You can turn that grand into -2 real fast.
You start borrowing.
We've been down that road. I didn't put the Chargers in. What are you talking about? The Eagles will win in Minnesota. Do you agree or disagree?
Marion.
What do you got?
Yeah, I think the Eagles are going to win. Listen, it's a big game, like you said. Now, I understand it's not a division game, but it's a conference game. And they're obviously looking for a little payback. Last time we played in Minnesota, though, things turned out pretty well.
Pretty good.
And I'll tell you what, 4-2 looks way better than 3-3. So it's a big game. Absolute big game. I think it's going to be a tough game because Minnesota stops the run. They have a good defense. They have good receiving core. Now, I know they haven't really thrown the ball well this year, but they have a good receiving core, and we don't have a great secondary. Now, we should hopefully be able to stop Dalvin because they've been relying on him heavy. So we stop the run. Carson makes some plays, and hopefully we can run on them a little bit. And they stopped the run pretty well. Run on them a little bit, make some plays. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, slugfest, 24-20 Birds. Let's go.
Ralphie says, I'm not allowed to gamble. Mom said no. Well, sometimes you got to tell mommy, where's the meatloaf? And I do what I want.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I throw my own fuzzles around, Mom. When I start paying,
Ralph.
when I'm paying the mortgage because ATS, sportpicks.com, man, I'm paying the mortgage for you, you're allowed to gamble.
Ralph, you ever see the movie The Water Boy? What mama don't know won't hurt her, okay? Roy Orbison, Coach Klein, I remember.
Great recruiting tactic.
Great movie drop.
He's something. That's the only thing he's ever good at. So
Here he goes.
You give
Here
credit.
he goes.
Give credit where
Here
credit's
he
due.
goes.
Listen, so you're going a little bit low scoring game. I mean, I agree with it. I think we go to Minnesota, and I think we beat the Vikings, and mainly because I'm going to believe that this front four, front seven, whatever, is going to get pressure on Kirk Cousins. I've seen enough of Kirk Cousins to know with a lot of quarterbacks in this league, but more so him. He's a statue, and if you get pressure up the middle on him, he's done. So I'm going to put faith in that we're going to get after the quarterback again. Now to the numbers against the New York Jets, no. But I think we're going to get after him early. And the big thing is, like we did in Green Bay, is create turnovers. Or releasing Green Bay. It was stops on fourth down. But create turnovers. Get the football back from you. Listen, they're a football team that's looking to quit. Like when I'm going against a team that in a way is looking for reasons to almost quit on each other because they've already started it.
I don't know if that's the case. But
Offensively, they've already started it. They're looking to quit on Kirk Cousins.
I don't know.
You don't know. You don't know. Stephon Diggs isn't getting the football. He had to come out and publicly. Hold on.
Issues.
Hold on.
Receivers are divas.
Hold on.
You know
He had to
that.
come out and publicly apologize to Adam Thielen for not throwing the football to him when he's wide open. Listen, that's the makings. That's the makings of something that's about to crumble. When you're coming out in week 4 in a season week.
But they kind of got a little right last week. I mean, Washington will get you right.
Washington's got a lot of people right.
Yeah.
Okay?
They play well? No, Giants.
No, Giants. Doesn't matter.
Either one.
They've got people
Washington
right
or
too.
Giants. You can either one. Yeah.
I'm just not sold offensively on that football team. They can run the football well, but the one thing we do really well is we stop the run.
I agree.
So, I mean, when I look at
For some reason, Kirk Cousins, though, has played well against us. And granted, it was when he was on the Redskins. But he has played – now that's more of a division rival. I understand that. But for some reason, he threw the ball well against us a couple times. They beat us a couple times. It gets me nervous a little bit.
No, I understand that side of it. And I understand, he has spun it against us. But over the last 2 years especially.
He's never won. He doesn't win a big game ever in his
he's
life.
digressed.
Never won a big game in his life.
And when you talk about the quarterback position, right, and Stephon Diggs isn't too happy. Adam Thielen, he had to come out and publicly apologize. You start gripping that football a little harder, right? You start honing in and locking in on guys instead of surveying the field, which creates turnovers and all these things, right? This is just the way. I mean, we've all played enough football in our life in some sort, either in a backyard or somewhere, right, or on a football field. We've all done it. We know when you have that guy who comes back to the huddle every time, come on, I'm open. Give me the football. I'm open. No, I usually was the one. I was usually the one getting yelled at for not throwing the football.
This guy.
I'm really directing it to Tony, okay?
Oh, well, yeah.
We've dealt with Tony
100%.
as a wideout, and then you start saying, I got to get this guy the ball. I got to make him happy, right? I got to make him happy.
Diva Central.
And then next thing you know, you're forcing in double coverage. You're throwing balls that you usually want. This goes from all levels. So I'm making a point at the backyard have fun type thing, but it goes all the way up. And you can see it. When I got to come out and publicly apologize, I can't do that behind closed doors. I got to make it public.
Yeah, I don't understand with that.
That to me is the makings of I'm not good enough. And when guys around you start to say, man, this guy's getting a lot of money. He's not good enough, right?
That's not a good thing.
Now, listen, I understand what their defense is over there. I completely get that. But we score points on everybody. We usually do.
We should, yeah.
We usually score points on everybody. I went a little different. I actually went 28-17. Or no, I went 28-24. Sorry, on Wednesday. But I said that I could see it being a 28-17. I could see it being a 2-score game. I got a feeling we're going to get off to a fast start in this football game. That's my vibe.
I hope so.
unlike Green Bay, I think we get off to a fast start. But regardless, we went to one of the most hostile places to play against a damn good football team in the Green Bay Packers.
With a better quarterback.
And a
much better.
Yeah, and losing 10-0 had the resiliency. I'm going to say it a million times till I'm blue in the face. I refuse to bet against this football team. I refuse to say that another football team is more resilient. I refuse to say it. So we're talking about who do you believe is more of a 4-2 football team when this season started? We talked about Green Bay. We didn't believe that they were going undefeated. You know what I mean? We were saying, hey, we're 3-2, 4-1. That's more realistic than them being 5-0 and us being 2-3, right? Sometimes you got to look at that. What's more realistic? Is Minnesota a 4-2 football team with that quarterback? No. Can they win 10 games this year? Yeah, they can because of their defense, and they'll beat bad teams. This is a good football team in case you missed it.
No, I agree.
And good news having Sidney back, which helps because the more corners I get on the field, I need. You know what I mean? So I'm not crowning Sidney Jones.
There's a solid contingent of Eagles fans going up there, too, which is nice.
Always nice. But you don't understand what I'm saying? I got a little different feel for this game. I feel like this is a football team that's offensively, I'm not talking about defense side of the ball, that is ready to quit the first chance they're going to get with this guy real soon. I think it's coming.
I don't think it's that. You're making it out to be worse than it is.
No, because I think it quietly is going under the radar that guys see shit.
I don't know. Why are they complaining about so much? They both caught like 100 balls last year, didn't they?
Yeah, but there's issues.
Well, there's obviously issues. Yeah.
You thought year 2.
Receivers are divas, though. They're always.
But you thought year 2 their chemistry would even get better.
I would have.
It's actually going the other way.
Yeah, I would have.
So who's that on?
It's on Kirk. We know that. Well, we obviously know it's on Kirk. I'm just saying.
And I like Kirk when he was in Washington.
I
did too. I thought it was a good signing by them, but it hasn't panned out.
No, it hasn't. I agree.
And their offensive line still isn't pass blocking good enough. And he stares guys down too long. He does.
Well, let's get some picks.
Watch him. He's been staring guys down way too long. He's not confident in his throws. Like I'm talking about when they play good football teams. He is not confident in his throws.
You're getting way too in depth with this. I can already see it.
That's our job.
He comes out and he's going to sling all over.
He may. I'm not saying I can't spin it anymore. I got the vibe of a team that offensively is like.
I just think
if we can't run the football,
stride right now,
if we can't run the football, we're done. We're done. We don't believe in this guy to make enough plays. That's my thing. They've been able to run the football all year and wins. I don't think they're going to run the football with as much success as other people may think they do. The one thing that we can hang our hat on is stop the run. I think what's going to happen is you're going to see more Brandon Graham inside of the D tackle spot, and you're going to see more Josh Sweat on the outside because I think they believe enough in Brandon to stop the run, and they need that other pressure spot from the D tackle. They need it because this game really simple. Unlike other games when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, this one's easy. With a wide 9, you get pressure up front, this game's over. I'm telling you, if you hit him early and put him on his ass early and make him throw some bad footballs and you create a turnover or two, it's over. It's over. They're looking. They're begging. Pick him off so I can demand out.
You got to stop Dalvin, for sure. You stop Dalvin, I think you win the game. 100%.
Yeah, I'm jacked up. I got a little too easy. It's one of my locks.
I just think it's going to be a tough game.
It's one of my locks this week.
But I like us. I don't like the line. The line screams Minnesota. I don't like it one bit. We shouldn't be a 3-point dog. That line screams bet Minnesota. They want everyone to take the Eagles, which I don't like one bit. But
they're saying they're even. I mean, they're 2-3-2 football teams. They're saying it's a pick 'em.
Yeah, but I don't like the line. It's not a good line.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Family chiming in. There's Tone. I don't know if
Tony chiming in?
No, he might not have heard it. But it's true though. You know, it's so true. Not him, but you know what I mean. In general, when you got a guy who wants a football, and you got to come publicly apologize to him.
I mean, yeah.
That's weird to me. That's weird. That's not strange to you.
No, it is. 100% is. It doesn't look good for. If I was a Vikings fan, I'd be very upset about it.
Kyle says the public is on the Eagles, like you were talking about. Ricky Golan agreed. He's a shell of what he was in Washington. No, he is, Ricky. He's not the same quarterback. You know, he'll have some moments against some bad teams where you're like, oh, okay, Minnesota's dangerous offensively. How dangerous are they? Stephon Diggs has been on milk carton all year.
They should be dangerous. They got talent.
I mean, as soon as one of your wide receivers is already asking for a trade, week 1 of the year, that's the makings of something that's not good.
It doesn't make any sense.
What did we miss? Like, if you're a Vikings fan, what did I miss in the offseason?
Yeah, something happened.
Something happened in OTAs? You know what I mean? Like you said, they both got 100 balls last year.
or damn near close.
They're close to it, or at least 100
Thielen
targets.
had 100.
I mean, he said target-wise 100, easy. So what's the problem, Stefan? Week 1, you already went out. It's because the quarterback isn't good enough. It's the only thing I can say. What other reason? Now, the Filippo leaving has hurt that offense a little bit because they got a little chemistry together. But I'll give them credit. I mean, they know what they got to hang their hat on. And that's running the football. So can they come in and beat us up on the ground? That's the big question mark. I don't think they can.
I don't think they can either.
Where are we at? Read off. Kyle Migger, I'm not a fan of Sydney, but we need pieces. Yeah, we need as many guys out there as
Absolutely.
we can get. Ralphie D. Kirk is a straight statue. Get pressure on him and he will crumble. But Wilson is right. When he played for the Redskins, he did rip us up. No, he did. He did. But remember, that was a guy before an $80 million deal and all the pressure. It's easy to come in this league. Not easy. Nothing's
not
easy.
But
hear me out.
He was
it's
the
easy
second fiddle to RG3.
when nobody expects anything from you. It's easier to come on the scene and then become confident, right? The second that somebody gives you $80 million and a lot of guaranteed money, right? Now the pressure becomes on you.
Yeah.
He hasn't handled it well.
For sure.
Because a major disappointment of a football team last year. If you ask anybody before the season started.
For sure. I totally agree.
I mean, we all probably had them winning the division or making a run.
The bottom line is they went to the NFC Championship game, NFC Championship game, right? They went to the NFC Championship game against us, and then they got what they thought was a better quarterback in the offseason. So you would have thought that they were going to get there again, And then they made the playoffs.
Nope.
So, yeah, he's obviously not been what they were hoping.
And defensively, I know they're really good.
And he's a better quarterback than Case Keenum. He is, but he hasn't shown it though.
And defensively, they're only aging. Even though they got some damn good players.
They got some studs.
They got some studs over there.
Yeah, they got some guys that can play really good.
I mean, they're great at the linebacker position still.
Yeah.
Up front, they're still really good. Defensive backfield because of
their D-backs are good too.
Well, what's his face has been out all year. Who's the corner they drafted last year? Shit.
Xavier.
No. Ohio State guy, I think.
I don't know.
Whatever. He's been out though. And then
the Vikings.
And then you got an aging Xavier Rhodes.
Yeah, Xavier Rhodes still stud.
But still physical.
Still stud.
Still all them things. But a good matchup for Alshon when you look at our offense versus our defense. I mean, we sort of broke down.
Well, Alshon knows them too. Former NFC North opponent.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, hopefully. I'd love to see Alshon have a good day. That'd be nice. I'd like to see us throw the ball on them because it's tough to run on that team. Now, we're going to have to run, obviously, and we've been running the ball really well the last couple games, but it's tough to run on them. Tough to run on the Jets last week, so I'd like to see us throw the ball better this week.
Yeah, I think that's a big need, but I can see a trick play or two on the road here. I can see Doug going to a bag of tricks.
Okay.
Trying to get something going a little bit.
Okay.
But, I mean, that's how I feel like we, defensively, it's real. I mean, it's obviously that basic, but we got to stop Dalvin Cook.
Mm-hmm.
We want to get off the field on third downs. We got to create some turnovers on the road. They're your successes to win on the road. What do you got, Greg?
Mackenzie Alexander.
That wasn't it.
That's the only cornerback on their injury report.
Well, then who's in their starters then? Maybe he's back. It's like Mike something.
Trey Waynes, Xavier Rhodes,
Mike
Hughes.
Mike Hughes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he is.
Trey Waynes was a high pick, too.
Trey Waynes and Xavier Rhodes
he hasn't
are
really
your
panned
starters.
out. Great.
Mike Hughes comes in, obviously. Nickel and stuff. Mike Hughes, I think, out of UCF.
Is that where he is? UCF? Eileen, good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Eileen.
What's up, Eileen?
Mama Ormsby, hey, fam. What's happening, Mama? Kyle says, I'll be in Dallas next week for the game, so it would be nice to win this one. Well, it would be nice to win both, if not one or two. He's got to go 2-1 on this trip. This first Dallas game isn't the end-all, be-all for me. You're supposed to go to Dallas and lose, essentially. You got to win the one at home. No, it'd be nice to go down there and win it, but he's got to go 2-1 through the stretch.
The fact that we haven't played well against Dallas in the last couple of years, I think we need this Dallas game next week. That almost makes me think that this one's a tough one this week because it's kind of a look over. But it's on the road, so I feel like more if it was at home would be more of a look over game. You know what I mean? But so I'm hoping that they're still up for it because I like to win this game and Dallas, and then if we lose to Buffalo, whatever. I'm not too upset about it. You know what I mean?
Well, we're talking Wednesday, so if you go 4-2 over the next 6 or 3-3, right? That 3-3 at the worst would put you at
5 or 6-5.
6-5. But remember something. You got five gimmies at the end.
I don't know about that. Don't call any game a gimme.
You have 5 games that I'm giving myself that I should run the table at the end.
Okay, but games are never.
I'm saying what I say is we should run the table at the end. So if you go 4-2 in this stretch, you're right where you want to be. You're right.
Atlanta has 1 win against us.
You're on track for an 11-5, 12-4 year. If you go 3-3 or 4-2 and you go 4-1 in your last 5, you're 11-5. You're right where you want to be.
We'll see. I think we're.
What's there to say? I'm telling you what it's going to happen.
I don't think we can go. You said we can go 3-3 and then still get 11 wins. That means we can't lose any more games. We got to go 5-0.
Yeah. Do you see the last 5? Maybe you want to look at them again.
Doesn't matter. Games are still tough. Nothing's easy in the NFL.
Well, in no way did I say it's easy. I'm giving myself the 5 wins. You can talk about easy and semantics and get all deep into it. I'm telling you, we go on a run at the end of the year and we run all 5 straight.
Okay.
So what do you need to do over this next 6 is what I'm asking you before we get in the Eagles offense versus their defense.
4-2 over the next 6.
4-2. All I'm telling my family out there, if you go 2-1 over your next 3, and God forbid you lose in Dallas, the season isn't over.
Yeah, no, it's not over.
Like, you're supposed to lose that game. You're probably going to be a dog.
Oh, we're definitely going to be a dog.
Okay, so, I mean.
Unless Dallas loses the Jets this week.
Well, I could change it. I could change everything.
I love that Sam Darnold's back. That's a lot tougher game now for the Dallas. I love it.
So, Eagles offense versus their defense. And, listen, we know they stopped the run well. But you got another familiar foe going in there, and that's Jordan Howard.
Yeah.
So, he's familiar with that defense. He's the physical type of runner that you want to go against that defense. So, to me, he's a big key in this football game as well as their offensive line. But I agree with you. You can throw the ball on them, and you got to throw the ball on them this Sunday.
You're going to have to.
Different game plans dictate different stuff. This is a real good run defense, unlike Green Bay was.
Yeah.
Green Bay, you can punch them in the mouth.
Yeah, you can shred them.
You're not going to give them the punch in the mouth, no matter. And I get it. Our offensive line's great. But we should be able to run the football well enough to keep them honest enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I want to find Jordan Howard's actually stats versus the Vikings.
Last year?
Or
just in general?
Just in general. I mean, they've had that good.
Well, but I think they played pretty well against them last year, right? Because Chicago beat them twice, I think, last year.
Yeah, I'll find
I don't know. People are like a bunch of the fantasy guys, like Matthew Berry and them, they're down on Howard this week. They're fading Howard.
Well, I mean,
it's a good run defense on the road, so it makes sense.
And even so far, touch-wise, he's not almost worthy of anything higher than an RB2 just from a touch standpoint. Now, he's getting a lot of the touchdowns. It's just because the last 2 games, yeah. Yeah, he's getting touchdowns. He's just not always – he's not the leader in touches per se.
All right, so you want to look at this last year, okay? When the Bears went into Minnesota, beat them 24-10, okay?
Minnesota to eliminate them from the playoffs.
Minnesota was -6. Jordan Howard, 21 for 109, 2 TDs. So, success, and that's his one game that I was able to find, but success as his last game.
Last time he played there.
Most recent game at 21 for 109. I mean, you can run the football on
him. And look at Kirk. Solid day.
Now, granted, that's a different defense in Chicago, and they're better defense than we are. But, yeah, 20 for 33, 132 and a T. Way to show up. But, again, what weren't they able to do in that football game?
Run the football.
They weren't able to run the ball. Okay, yep. 11 carries for 39 yards. For Dalvin Cook, that's not going to be good enough. You're not going to win this. The Vikings aren't going to win this game.
First off, they need to run over 100 to beat us. Any chance. They have to run for over 100 yards to beat us. If they run for under 100 yards, we're going to beat them. 100%.
Eileen says your Eagles will win on Sunday. My prediction is 31-17. But, yeah, I mean, there's proof that you can run the football against them.
Yeah.
And to me, if you run it a little bit effectively, I think Carson's going to have a big game. The last time he played them, we had the ball last. And if you remember, it was everybody bitching about him not checking it down to an open Wendell Smallwood. Remember that? Last year's game against Minnesota. And everybody was up in arms about it. Again, played him tough, and that was with a banged-up quarterback and an offense that, to me, isn't as good as it is this year.
No.
Even without the Sean in the lineup, this offense is still better than it was last year because you actually have a running game. When they came in here last year, again, I'll say his name again, Wendell Smallwood was the starting running back.
Yeah.
And that game went down to the wire. I smell something similar, 28-24, but again, I could see it being where our defense comes to plays, and you got a 28-17. Can we put so much pressure on them? But I think that's the key. I think Howard's the key, and I'm gonna go with Alshon, probably matching up against Xavier Rhodes.
More than likely.
So I'm gonna go with Alshon. To me, I need to have a big game. But let's get into our.
I like to hit a deep ball. I like to see Nelson catch a deep ball this week.
That'd be nice. Catch a ball over 20.
I like Nelson to catch a deep ball this week, and I think it's going to happen.
Ricky Galone says for Carson, 250 plus and 3 TDs. Book it. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, we're definitely going to win then if that happens.
Well, the Carolina game, whatever game it was, Kyle. We had the ball in our hands last against Minnesota. I know that. Because I know people were all freaking out, panicking about something. I don't exactly remember what it was. I just remember Carolina and Minnesota, we had the ball in our hand last. I don't remember the final in Minnesota, but it was close last year here.
Yeah, I remember.
Wasn't it?
I have no idea. I don't remember at all.
No, Eileen, I did not like Foles better than Wentz. I love Nick Foles, but he's not. I don't like him more than Wentz. I like him for what he did.
You almost don't even like him.
Okay.
So I hear you.
No, dude, I love the guy. I was never gonna give him an extension to be my quarterback for the future.
He's not gonna be the
That
quarterback.
was all my argument ever was. I love it, man, but he's only successful here.
Listen, Nick Foles.
He needs Howie Roseman the Eagles more than the Eagles need him.
Nick Foles is great, and he has a statue, and he deserves to have a statue. But Carson Wentz is 5 times better than Nick Foles.
I agree. So, offense, defense, player of the game. Family, give us yours. Give us your score prediction. Offense, defense, player of the game. Win $50 from us to you.
My offensive player of the game is Nelson Aguilar. I think he's going to catch a deep touchdown.
Go Nelson on the road, Minnesota. Had a big game the last time he was there.
I think he's going to have like 7 for – wow, 7 now. We'll go 5 for 110 and a touch.
5 for 110 and a touch.
For Nelson. For a big day, and that's a humongous day out of him. And defensively, I'm looking for a couple interceptions because Kirk likes to throw them. So Malcolm, 2 picks for Malcolm.
Ooh, a little 2-piece for Malcolm. What do you got, Greg?
A little 2-piece.
Just going back to last year's game, the Vikings came in at 1-2-1 into here. So they came in as a really wounded duck, needed a big victory, and it was a 23-21 win.
Okay.
And then that set them off on a 3-game win streak, where then they beat Arizona and then beat the Jets. So they came in, with their backs against the wall, per se.
A little different.
So, yeah, that was that last year.
Where you go? You went Malcolm, 2 defensive picks.
Malcolm and Nelson. And I told you I think it's going to be 24-20 final.
I'm going to go back with Alshon. I'm going to go with Alshon. I think Alshon gets 2 touchdowns. I agree with Ricky. I think Carson throws 3. So I'm gonna go with Alshon. No, I'm going to go with Jordan Howard. I'm going to go with what we talked about earlier. I'm not even going to go with Alshon. I'm going to go with Jordan Howard, over 100, a touch on the ground. That'll be our player of the game because if you can run the ball out successfully against them, you should leave with a win.
Absolutely.
And that would open things up for Alshon or Nelly or
if we run for 120 yards, we should beat them.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Defensively, I'm going to go on the defensive front. To me, it's the offensive line needs to win you this game tomorrow and your defensive line. Or Sunday, sorry. They need to win you this football.
I think most games should be one on the line.
But I'm going to go Derek Barnett with a strip sack. Another road strip sack on Kirk Cousins. And early on in the game and really set a tone.
Tone setting, I like it.
Ricky Galone, 24-17 Birds. Offensive player of the game, Carson. Defensive player of the game, Rodney McLeod. Yes, Eileen, you can ask us non-football related questions. Kyle Meager, according to Pro Football Focus, Nelson is the worst starting wide receiver in the entire league.
I mean, makes sense. He's been dropping a lot of balls. That's why I said 5 for 110 to be a big day.
Oh, yeah. Robbie Anderson and Kenny Stills, both milk carton guys. You're right, Ricky. You're right. You are right there. Let me go over to the YouTube side of things here. Get our family over there.
Tubing up.
Dwayne Aldridge, Jordan Howard, going to go crazy. D-Love, Tom, that was the Panthers. Yeah, I got it. They're all run together. I don't remember back that far, but I remember that I'm pretty sure we had the football with a chance to beat Minnesota in that game. And something happened that drove people to begging for Nick Foles again. So I don't remember exactly what it was. I just remember it. There was a stretch. Jake Friel, nothing better than some morning wood. Let's go.
What up, Jake?
You know it. Rob Brinkman, we'll get into that in a few, but, he's talking about Buck Showalter. So we'll get into that. But Eagles-wise, he says, Eagles must win this game. Got to go 2-1 on this stretch.
Because of their previous relationships, you would think Buck.
Yeah,
I hear you.
They're close to each other in that term.
But, are we just taking the whole Baltimore Orioles and moving them to Philly now? Is that what we're doing?
Is that what we're doing? Xavier Rhodes don't want smoke with Alshon, Dwayne Aldridge said. I hope you're right, Dwayne. Eagles, QB Eagles fan, 89. This Quentin B need to go 500 in this stretch. Oh, this is Quentin B. They need to go 500 in this stretch. Gotcha.
What's up, Quentin?
Dwayne says Jordan Howard is a bulldozer. No, he absolutely is, brother.
He's awesome, dude.
These are the games.
You gotta love the way he runs football. Really do.
These are the games you go out and get him for.
Smash mouth running back, and you gotta love it.
And these are the games you go out and get them for.
Absolutely.
Right here. There's no other reason why you go out and get them. For big games like this, on the road, where you want to control clock, you want to be able to punch them in the mouth a little bit, and he gives you that ability.
Yeah.
So let's segue over about 40 minutes into this one. So let's get into our Phillies talk, because I'm sure that's going to be extensive. And obviously we'll continue to answer any Eagles stuff you got.
First off, just thank God, Middleton, thank God, because Contact wanted to bring him back. That's all the reports. So thank God John stepped in, because we had enough. We've had enough, and all you fucking Gabe apologists can blow me, because I've had enough. Okay, the guy can't manage his way on a paper bag. He fucking stinks. He didn't deserve to be a manager of this team anymore. Bottom line. Now, moving forward, I want Girardi. Give me Joe. I'll give you my whole list if you want.
Well, hold on.
All right,
Pump the brakes.
I'll pump the brakes.
Let's
I'll pump the brakes. I get a little fired up.
No, you do. You do.
A little fired up.
And it's fair. I was going out with Chrome and this guy Ben yesterday.
Chrome's clueless.
And first off,
he's not even a Phillies fan. Go watch the Cardinals.
I told him stay in your lane.
You should be happy.
I told him to stay in your lane. Okay, because this is family talk. We watch it in and out. We've seen numerous moves that you sit home and you scratch your head about. Listen, I will tell you what the fireball offense was for the millionth time, okay? Whatever happened throughout that year, there's 2 fireball offenses for me.
Bottom line is he's blown first place leads both years.
Well, let me get
and then we're terrible down the stretch.
The first fireball offense is obviously second and third, Freddie Freeman up, and you pitch to him with Adam Duvall on deck. Okay, I don't care what the book says. I'm going to take my chance with Adam Duvall righty on righty. The other fireball offense is 2 straight years of terrible baseball in August and September. There is no way that you can bring a guy back after he failed 2 straight years. There's no way that you can go out and spend all this money in the offseason.
To the extent that we failed. We were terrible down the stretch of both years.
Both years.
Terrible.
You can't
Terrible.
Go out and spend the money you spent in the offseason, get off to the type of start you did, and then completely fail in the second half of the year, right? I know Quintac didn't help out the situation, okay? There was a lot of teams banged up this year, not just the Phillies. But when you look at the numbers, they're around the middle of the pack in pitching statistics.
Yeah, right in the middle.
We didn't hit. So who's it on? Who's Reese Hoskins?
Not to mention everyone had a career down year from their normal numbers. Everyone on the team. Now you could say maybe not Harper, but his average was down. But Harper's a superstar, so we're taking him out of the equation. Everybody else, and JT's a superstar, so we'll take them out. But everybody else had a down year, and that goes right to coaching to me. Always. If everyone on the roster has a down year, that's on coaching. And number 1 is on the fucking manager. Because he can't motivate nobody. Nobody wanted to play for him. He held nobody accountable. I'm more happy I don't got to hear him fucking talk anymore. Because he was the worst. The fucking barrel accuracy nonsense. Oh my God. Don't get me started.
How do you think
get me started.
How do you think all that stuff aged over 162 and 162? As a player, how do you think that aged? Listen, I understand that players got to go out and compete, but my manager in baseball is so important. They asked the other day, "Hey Gabe, why no closed door meetings?" Oh, we don't need closed door meetings. In the year, you're not going to do a closed door meeting. You've struggled in the second half 2 straight years. Collapses. You don't need to have a closed door meeting. You don't think it's a smart time to talk to your players? Listen, you were built for player development. That's blowjobs and rainbows. You understand? You'll get to the show. Keep working hard. That's what he's good at. I'm not taking anything away from what a strength he could have in the big leagues is, okay? Because I think that worked for a 19, 20-year-old. I think that bullshit works, okay? Because you bring confidence to him. It does not work at this level. It does not. These guys can see right through bullshit at this level, okay? You come in a presser and tell them how much they're competing and A, B, C, and D. When they're back in the locker room saying, what the fuck is this guy talking about? We're not competing.
Yeah.
We played like shit.
When we can all see it, how does he not see it? Let's be honest, who in the last month of the season, take out Harper and Real Muto when he was healthy, who looked like they were giving their all out there? Nobody else on the team. Nobody else on the team.
I'll put it like this, right, Wells? I don't need a guy that's going to call out his guys all the time because I don't know if that's necessarily effective. But when you're in a tailspin, and last year you went, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Try something new.
It's all right.
Try something new.
We'll get you a bottle.
Hey, Segura, you don't want to run out of ball? I know it's a new age of baseball. Come have a seat.
Yeah.
Come have a seat because we're going to run balls out here. We're going to do hard 90s everywhere, okay? You don't have to like me for it, but that's how we're going to play this game.
Absolutely.
Okay? So you can't be a friend. In player development, you can be somebody's best friend. You understand? At this level,
they got friends.
You can't
don't
be
need another friend.
buddy with these guys. You have to set a tone that you're in charge. Okay? You're in charge. You can respect the hell out of players and still be in charge at the same time.
Absolutely. When I say jump, you say how high and when can I come down, sir?
I mean, just think about completely different when you talk about what we coach. You know what I mean? Compared to that level.
Yeah, you coach 11-year-olds.
But just think about when you take over. I took over a newer team, a 13-year-old team. Right? They're new. Right? I got to go in with that kind of agenda. We're going to play a certain way. Because you're trying to create a culture.
Set a tone.
You're trying to create a culture of some sort. Yeah. That's never been done.
No, he never set a tone.
I had to call a player out the other day. Sometimes you got to say, yo, this isn't going to fly here. It's okay. Because that coach is the one who cares about you.
It's not even okay.
You know what I mean, Greg? That's the coach who cares about you and say, hey, you're too good for this. Knock it off, okay?
Knock it off, yeah.
All right? That works at that level too. Hey, we're too good for this crap. Throw something. Like in a presser, say, I'm done. I got no more questions to answer. We got to play better baseball. Simple. None of my rainbows and blowjobs are going to get us to play better right now. What's going to get us to play better is waking the hell up, all right, and coming to the ballpark with an agenda. Yeah, that's what's going to get us to play better.
Going about your fucking business. Absolutely. Absolutely. And
you all want to talk about pitching.
He had none of that.
Were the Astros banged up this year? Did I miss something?
Yeah, pretty much.
Greg, were the Yankees banged up this year?
No, 0 injuries from the Yankees.
Yeah, were other teams banged up?
A lot of them.
We didn't hit the baseball, and that was our MO. That was supposed to be something we were going to do really well this year. They fired their hitting coach because they told you that, listen, our pitching hasn't been good, but it's not the main problem we're having here. And it looked like that was the main problem. No, the main problem was that one night we would hit, and the next night we would get shelled. Okay? So when something's always going wrong, and you can't fire the players because you just brought in a whole bunch of new ones and you had the same damn result, you tell me who it's on. If it's not on the manager, I can't help you when it comes to baseball then. I can't.
No.
I can't. There's enough sample size. What are you going to bring him back for a third year? Matt Klintak knows his job's on the line too, even though I gave him credit for this past all season. I'm not giving him credit for not being active at the deadline. I'm not giving him – I think that was terrible. But – now his job's on the line we talked about earlier. So transitioning into our managerial search, knowing his job's on the line like we started to show off talking about, knowing his job's on the line, I got to go get myself a proven guy.
Well, I already heard that so far what I've been reading is they have interest in getting a veteran. Bringing a guy in, and they've been talking about Showalter, they've been talking about Girardi, and there's some other names out there that they're talking about. So, I mean, yeah, I would prefer a veteran guy, a guy that's a little old schooler, a guy that's going to be the man in the clubhouse. He's going to set people in line when they need to be set in line. Yep. That's what I want.
You can still be friendly with your players
absolutely.
And still say, hey.
There's a certain time where shit needs to be happening.
I would love a little grip
Don't ever
off.
grab me again.
No, I'm just making a point. I'll grab you all day. Don't grab me because the chair could break and then we can be done.
I won't do that. But
no, you like to get handsy. And Kyle, they didn't have 30
absolutely.
injuries, so relax.
Who,
But
the Yankees?
Yeah.
The Yankees also had fucking somehow they're getting gold out of fucking rocks. Who knows how that happened? Tauchman stunk his whole career. Fucking Gio Urshela was a fucking journeyman that hit 212 for Toronto, and he had a great year. So shut the fuck up with the Yankees, all right? Somehow, I don't know how, the pinstripes just gets the best out of them. I don't know how. I hate it. I despise it. I hope you lose to Houston. Fuck yourself. That being said, the Yankees are pretty good.
Pop Montanez with a great comment. He
Pop,
goes,
pop.
how is it the Oakland A's were competitive with players most of us couldn't name? No excuse for Cap.
Or I don't know.
Rays.
There's a team in
Well,
Tampa.
There's a ton of guys. Tampa Bay Rays. Guys that have, you know what, they get a lot of their players. And they went and made smart decisions in the front office as well, which we haven't really done. So that's why it's all in Clintack. Like we said, it's put up or shut up time now for Matt Clintack. He's got to make a good decision right now, or he's done. You know, so I guess we're hoping he's gonna make it, obviously. But I don't know. I'm not the biggest Buck guy. I know there's a lot of talk about Buck, but we're just gonna retread Baltimore. I mean, I'll take Buck because he's an old school guy, and you know he's had success in baseball. He's never really won much, but he's gotten to the playoffs with teams. I think he's won maybe 2 playoff series. That's it. But like I said, he's gotten to playoffs with teams, and he seems to leave right before they get over the hump. He left the Yankees, and they won it. He left Arizona, then they won it. So,
yeah, I mean, Buck's not the top of my list. You could do a lot worse than Buck Showalter.
yeah, I agree.
He's not the top of my list, but if they came out and said Buck Showalter's our next manager, I'm good.
Oh, yeah, but I like
good.
Buck. He's a veteran, and he's gonna hold players accountable, and so stuff like that I like. And he's not Mr. Analytics, thank God. Fucking kill me. He's not gonna be looking at a computer the whole time.
I just worry.
I'd prefer Girardi. I'd prefer a younger. Buck's kind of too old, almost too old for me. You know what I'm saying?
That's a little my concern too. Not that he's old in the game. Not that he's too old for the game, but just you're right. He's getting up there like the Pete McCannon. Just at that time,
probably,
he's 70
probably
years old.
68. Yeah, he's up there.
He's close to there.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll say 2 things about how I feel about that name specifically. One, part of me is like, it's too close to the situation. Like, it's somebody they already went through with in Baltimore, so what are you just going for, comfortability? But then the other side of me says, well, the Eagles did it. You know, Howie Roseman did it. He said, you know what, I'm going back to something I know because this didn't work, right? This experiment, which is the same fucking experiment, we're going to go outside the box. At least this guy coaching. At least Chip coached before, granted college, but at least he coached. But we're going to go outside the box, an outside the box thinker. Everything's going to be different. We're going to have smoothies, cupcakes. You got to eat right. You got to go to bed at certain times. We got alarm clocks. We got guys coming and checking on you
Ask
at your
Callie.
house.
Ask Callie. He knows. He was in the electrical closet.
Yeah, they said go.
With Craig James Kidd. Yeah, he was over there.
So that side of it, like, I'll be okay with. Like, if you trust him because he's one of your guys and you know the stability he comes with, and I'm okay with it. But like you said, my main guy, Pop said it, it's Joe Girardi. It's been Joe Girardi before Kapler got hired.
That's what I want.
Okay? It's been that way. It's been that guy.
He's top of my list as well.
When you've managed in 2 different markets, you managed in a small market where nobody expects anything, and you managed in the biggest market in sports with the New York Yankees.
And you won both places.
Now,
granted, it kind of ended badly in New York, but he won there.
It ended badly because the fans.
They haven't won since he left, though, have they?
Because every fan gets tired of the guy that's been there forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was there for 10 years, and that's just how it works. You know what I mean? It's almost the fans we're done with him. Just because, whatever.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
You know, you point a lot of blame, but he's a smart baseball guy.
He was great when he was on the Marlins.
He was great when he was on the Marlins.
Man.
Got the most out of that baseball team.
I couldn't believe that they let him go. Remember that? It was so weird. He had like a discrepancy with the front office or some shit. But yeah, I would love Girardi. Girardi's top of my list. Want to hear some other guys on my list?
Yeah, real quick.
I got some other guys.
Matt Haxton says, what do you think about Anthony Rendon coming in free agency and Baum eventually taking over at first base?
See, the problem with I don't see that. That's not going to happen. We're not going to get rid of Reese. I know all you guys Reese had a down year, guys. It happens, all right? I think Reese is going to be fine. I would love Anthony Rendon. I think they're probably going to go for more of a veteran one-year deal type of guy, like Josh Donaldson was this year for Atlanta. You know, maybe like a Mike Moustakas I would love. There's other guys out there too, like Marwin Gonzalez, who could maybe do it for a one-year guy. Because I think you just need a stopgap till Baum's up. And I don't think Baum's going to be up to start the year. I think he'll be up mid-season. kind of like what the Braves did this year. They got Donaldson to be the stopgap to who's the kid that hit a lot of homers? Austin Riley. Then Austin Riley comes up, and he's hitting homers, but then he falls flat on his face, doesn't play the rest of the season. But Donaldson was great for him, so they were fine. Same type of deal. I think we bring in a guy on a 1-year deal, a guy that's a good veteran. Like I said, I would love Moustakas. He's top of my list. And then you have a stopgap till Baum is ready. Now, if he plays well, then maybe you got to find another spot for him. You tinker some things around. You see what's going on. If Reese still can't hit Woodard unless he fell out of a boat next year, then maybe we start talking about moving somebody to first base. But as of now, he's not going anywhere.
I'll give him another year to fix it.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
But I mean, my eyes are on Steven Strasburg, honestly.
That's what I want.
My eyes all over there. You don't get Garrett Cole the money, then go give Steven Strasburg the money. You're not going to have to pay as much for Cole, but you're still going to have to pay a lot.
I would love Garrett Cole, but he's an absolute pimp. I just don't see us being able to get Garrett Cole. I think a lot of people are going to want Garrett Cole.
I think a lot of people are going to want Strasburg, but I think I can overpay for him.
The 3 top pitchers out
there. Saw a lot from him the other night. I saw a lot from him. I was pissed when I came in. It was 3-0.
Yeah.
I said, "We're doing this shit again. You should just set out another playoffs then, okay?" And then he found his ball back and he went out there and kept him in a fucking baseball game. And I'll give that $200 million right now. Yeah. What do you want? $250? What do you want? Because Johnny, if you wouldn't open up checkbooks last year, you better open it up again this year. Because if you think you're getting a Girardi associate, a Buck Showalter to come in with this staff, you're delusional. You're delusional.
Well, the thing that scares me is that maybe we don't go high pitcher and we make like a couple mediocre guys. But I do like – there's a couple guys in the mid there that I do like, though. There is. Jake Odorizzi's a guy I like. Yeah. He eats innings, and he's not a crazy expensive guy. There's a few guys in that middle tier. Mike Fears I like a little bit. There's guys in that mid tier that aren't bad. And because we can't bring in just one. We need to bring in 3 stars.
Right, well, that's where –
Almost. Because what are we going to get from we don't know what we're going to get from fucking Jake.
Yeah.
So what do we know? We don't know.
Zielecki has already come out and reported that Middleton's checkbook is open again this summer as well. Or this fall. Or winter. Which it absolutely should be. But I look at the top 3 guys. I look at Cole, Strasburg, and Wheeler.
Yeah.
I need at minimum one of them.
One's fine.
I need one of them.
I love Wheeler, too.
I would love to.
Some people don't like Wheeler.
I would love Strasburg and Wheeler.
I think Wheeler's getting better and better.
I agree. But I need –
So Strasburg.
If you don't want to pay Cole –
Strasburg and Cole are above Wheeler. They're a step above.
I mean, it's Cole.
Good for that kid, though.
Strasburg, and then Wheeler.
I hate the Nationals, but good for that kid. You know what I mean? Because you dealt with so much shit, dude. You had the talent. The talent was always there. It was like, can he stay on the field? Can he stay on the field? And
then in big games, he was getting
lit up, and that's what the other night looked at.
Getting his titties lit. Yeah,
and guess what? As much as I hate it as a Phillies fan,
rip titties.
As much as I hate it that your best player leaves you, right? And I hate it as a Phillies fan that you go on and you win. You go to NLCS. Like as a pure like baseball fan, it's pretty cool to watch. Like wow, like you lost your best guy, and you were out. The first month of the season, you were gone. Dude, gone, and all of a sudden
May 25th, they had a 3% chance to make the playoffs.
Whoop.
Well, you know what really helped them is that they found this kid, Juan Soto, who's a superstar.
Yeah.
He is a stud. And Anthony Rendon's a monster. Absolute monster.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
They're not
Trey Turner.
And I love baseball. And I love baseball because
Howie Kendrick have a phenomenal staff.
Howie Kendrick would have been the dog of the series, in so many ways. And you always tell kids, right, there's another at bat. There's another play to be made. Right, you're going to get another chance. What are you going to do about it?
Howie's a hitter, too, man.
Boom!
Professional hitter.
Another guy that was here for a hot man.
He started left field for us 2 years ago, I think, opening day.
Mark Schwartz, do you think LA would let Kershaw go or trade him? I want 0 parts of it.
I would take Clayton Kershaw in a heartbeat. But he's not going anywhere.
I would take him as well.
I'm not. I'm good.
I might make sure he's injured for the playoffs.
I'm good.
But I would take him.
Why am I going that direction?
Listen, his playoff thing's overrated. That was on Dave Roberts. In my opinion, that's not even on Kershaw. He got the out that you want him to get. When he came in, he struck out Adam Eaton. Then there's no reason for him to come in for another inning. He's not a relief pitcher.
Well, here's the other side of it. While you're absolutely correct, if you're Dave Roberts, why do you tell the Washington Nationals before the game that you are going Walker Buehler to Clayton Kershaw in this game? Why do you give them that notification and notice? Whether they know it or not, You can play.
I think they kind of knew it because I think everyone knew it. But still,
sure, you don't tell them.
I just don't understand. I just don't like that move. He's not a relief pitcher.
Dude, I got
don't
Carrot Top
taking starting pitchers out of.
I got Carrot Top and Kenley Jansen back there. I am not touching Clayton Kershaw in that baseball game. I've seen his success coming out of the pen in the postseason. I've seen enough of it. You know what I mean, Dave Roberts? You've seen enough. You've been the one sitting there the whole damn time. You've seen enough of it. Listen, Carrot Top got outs all year, okay? All year, and Kenley Jansen's, regardless if he's not the same guy, he is still one of the best closers in baseball.
He's got his pedigree's amazing.
When I'm in a tie game, I am not going at the worst. Forget what Kershaw did. Right? You can redeem yourself. Now you're in a tie game.
Oh, Joe Kelly.
You go to Joe Kelly?
First off, you skated by Joe Kelly pitching a great one inning, and then you go back to him for a second
For another
inning.
one? What are you doing?
What are you doing? Gasoline Speedo Joe Kelly? I can't believe Dave Roberts kept his job. I'd have fired him in the press conference.
I can't believe he kept it either, Wells.
It's amazing.
I cannot believe
Because he made some awful decisions in that game.
Not that game. Let's go back.
Awful decisions.
Go back to he took over in the postseason. He's been terrible at
how much talent that team has. It's ridiculous.
There's no way that he should be sitting home right now.
There's no way they shouldn't have won a World Series in the last 3 years.
No way. No way.
Last 6 years.
Well, they've been,
but
they've
they've
been
at
World
least
Series
last 3,
yes.
Yeah. But they've early exits the last 6 years.
Yeah.
They're calling him the new Grady Little.
Yeah. He is. He is. And that's what you do when you want to get cute and you want to think starters can come out of the pen. This is what you want to do. When you want to reinvent the game in the postseason.
You don't do that shit in the regular season.
I'm not a fan of it.
I hate that. And guess what? Gabe would have done that same fucking shit.
Yeah, that's why I want no parts of it.
Twat. He would have been fucking pulling starters in the third if we made the postseason. And I can't deal with it.
Let Tampa do that shit.
Deal with it. Play how you've always played. If you played baseball the whole season with your starters going 6-7 and you got 3 guys that you go to, do that same shit in the playoffs.
Yep.
What
won you 100 games.
Now, if a guy gets lit up, then obviously you got to make a couple but then you bring a different starter in.
Yeah.
You know, that's how you work it.
I have a starter. I have one of my starters that isn't throwing as that guy. The guy who needs to come in and give us
he's
3
our
or 4
long
innings.
relief guy.
Yeah. Besides that, I'm going to Carrot Top, I'm going to Jansen or whoever else they got back there. I'm not going to Joe Kelly, and I'm not going to Clayton Kershaw. If you want to go to Kershaw for 1 out,
the wonky-eyed kid. You could go with him.
Yeah, you go to Urias. Yeah. But my point is, you want to go to Kershaw for 1 batter. I get that side of it.
And he got the strikeout.
So then you're done with him. That's it.
Yeah,
I don't know. You can't make it up.
I would have been done with him.
That's why I didn't want to. This is why
I'm definitely not bringing him out.
This is more of a reason I didn't want Kapler to stay here because he's a product of the LA Dodgers.
Yeah.
And now town evaluator, I'm surprised he didn't get a job. I am very surprised, and I'll be very surprised if he doesn't get a job in player development here.
No, he'll get one somewhere.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it's here, though.
It's not going to be here.
Down the road. I'm not talking about in a month from now. I'm talking about a year goes by. He sits at home. He's got another year left on his deal that's getting paid for, right? Okay? So once that year finishes and his name sort of goes away, then they would be okay to pull that move. Because I think if anybody has a clue, you would realize he was good at player development. That's why he got the job. He got the job because he was good at it.
I mean, look at the Dodgers. They just keep bringing kids up and they just fucking hit.
Fair, Greg, as much as we hate him.
He wasn't good in season. He didn't get the most out of his players while he was coaching them.
No, not at all.
I'm talking about.
But if you're down in the lowers,
you're talking about younger guys.
If you're down in the lowers,
I'm talking about the majors.
No, absolutely. But I'm saying his player development at the highest level wasn't very good.
No, but how did he?
But
my point is, why did he get the job here?
Because he tans very well,
and
he is very good at the lower level. Where that confidence and some of those big words to these nerd kids are used better.
They call the kids nerds.
Well, you're right, though.
Everybody's
it's
a nerd.
He's 100% correct. It's a nation of nerds now. They're all over the fucking place. Nerds and
what's
fucking
your exit velo? What's your throwing velo?
Nerds and
what's your 90 velo?
Dude.
Like, who cares?
You see all these psychos?
Can you play baseball?
What's up, Vester?
That Extinction Rebellion, all these psychos dancing around. That shit's crazy.
Vester
Dude,
says,
I don't know what that was. That was the craziest video you've said.
They're crazy, aren't they? That shit's crazy, dude.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. But Vester, 11:59. If you drink before noon, beer should be cheaper. Morning, fellas. Agreed.
Absolutely agreed.
Agreed. But no, I mean that's basically it. So give me your list.
My list. I'll even give you the order that I want them.
Yeah, please.
Top of my list is Joe Girardi.
Go one at a time because I don't want to. You know what I mean? It will be easier. My top is Girardi. Greg.
Agreed, Girardi.
Girardi. And now Kyle says Girardi just like Kapler. No, he's not. By a clue.
No, he's not.
Okay, number 2. Who you got?
Number 2 for me is Sosha.
Jeez, get out of my head. Sosha's number 2 for me.
Same here.
Now, hasn't won in a while.
Hasn't won, but, again, going back to
he won
what you would think.
He won with the Angels.
No, but not for a long time.
Yeah, 2003.
But I think that might be
Rally Monkey.
okay, and that's where that's why I have him ranked 2, is maybe that time away from the game kind of rejuvenates him. You know, lets him see what today's baseball
time
is.
Kind of
like.
ran out in
his
the
time,
Angels.
just like Girardi in New York.
Just
ran his time.
Andy Reid here.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I agree.
Time runs out in 10 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or longer. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like Kyle doesn't like Girardi. Dude, because you spend 10 years with him. Like, if you lay in bed with 10 years with anybody, there's going to be things you don't like about him, right?
Wow.
I mean,
you're married. I don't know if I would have said
I'm
that.
not talking about her. I'm talking about him.
I mean, we can interpret this how we want.
I was directing it at him.
I
Who's going to lay in bed with him for 10 years and like him? Shit. He drove us crazy after a year. And we weren't even in bed with him.
He drove us crazy after 2 games.
1 game.
You
5 innings. 5 innings. He pulled Nola in the 5th of the
you're
first
talking
game
about
he
Kapler.
ever
Yeah.
managed, and I was done. I was done before that because immediately I was like, this guy's a fucking weirdo. He licks ice cream and spits it into a fucking can. He's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah. Why Doug's like, guess we'll go get ice cream cones. Yeah, that's a culture.
We got ice cream out.
Yeah, that's a culture. So number 2 was Scherzer for you. 3, Wells?
3 for me is Ron Washington.
Ooh, I like Ron. Great teacher of the game, too. Love
I
Ron.
love Ron as a teacher.
I love Ron.
Big Ron
I
Washington.
love watching his
and he'll get
MLB
fired
videos.
up. He might hit a line and get fired up in the you don't know.
My 3rd is just Buck for the reasons we talked about. Now, am I in love with it? No. But is it an upgrade? Absolutely.
Right.
But I'm going to, as you said, Ron Washington, I'm going to go Ron as my 4th because I love that name. But what's your 3rd, Greg?
I'm going with the guy who Cap supposedly beat out for this job originally, John Farrell. The old Boston coach.
Old Boston and Tampa Bay
Tampa
coach.
Bay, older guy, been around, but he was the other finalist to this job 2 years ago.
Okay.
I like John Farrell.
Back in
That's
it.
a good name.
That is a good name.
That's a good name.
Both of you two kids.
So 4 for me then.
Yes.
Would be 4 for me is probably Showalter. I like his old school nature and everything, and he does. They kind of know everyone.
They know each other.
They know each other.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
know each other. So
He
that's
can say, yeah, this analytic shit. I'm going to do the game I want to do.
Yeah,
I'm the one coaching.
He
You
knows
just get
it.
the groceries.
He knows it. So I like that aspect. Now, Buck, like I said, Buck's never really won anything. He's won a couple playoff series. I think that's it. So, but I don't hate Buck. So I'll put him as 4 for me.
Okay. I had Ron Washington 4 because I fucking chew that name up because I love it.
I like that name.
I love that name. I just watched him do some drill videos with a couple of players, and they like,
Ron
I love
Wash.
Ron. Like
Yeah.
he's just,
Ron
great,
Wash,
yeah.
man.
like I know exactly what you're saying. You know what I mean? Like you broke it down that easy. I like guys who simplify shit. Make it easy, dude. When he's going out and doing the drill himself and doing it better, I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
what are you doing right now, Ron? Besides that.
He's 62 doing a Drew.
He's like, can we take a break 1 second? I got to go to the bathroom real quick. And he hits the line and comes back. Let me do the drill. Get your butt down a little bit. I'm out here. I'm getting him out here.
And in that video,
I just gotta
you're
go powder my nose.
in that video, you're talking his money shot. The whole video is worth that very last statement that he makes. And he's like, what Ozzy, because he was working with the Braves guys. He's like, what Ozzy Albies does, diving and sliding and doing, he goes, I can't teach that. He's like, but when my pitcher throws a ground ball, I need that out. He goes, that's what we're out here working for.
Yep.
He's like, I need that out. When my pitcher is busting his balls to get me a ground ball, that's got to be an out. My 4th guy
1000%.
is the guy from the Astros, Joe Estrada, and he's listed 4th.
What?
Taking my guy. This guy.
I like that
No,
guy.
he's
too.
listed 4th because again, I'm not a huge Buck guy. You know what I mean? And I know they don't really want to go with a guy that doesn't have a lot of experience. But if I could pluck someone from the Astros tree, you know what I mean? Or if I can go into the
Former Yankee third base coach as well.
Well, you guys talked about yesterday, Latino Americans
I
love
like
it.
that too.
Yeah, I liked it, Joe Espada. I do.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. I have 2 guys I'm going to put 5 because they're both kind of young guys without managerial success or any managerial time at all yet. And I know that's where we're probably not going to go.
And that's why he's 4.
Yeah, and so for me, for 5, it's Espada and Wathan.
Okay.
And I would settle for either one of them if we went the other way of not an experienced guy. Because I like Dusty. I think Dusty's going to stay on the coaching staff.
I think he already
yeah,
is.
they already.
Well, that
did
can be
so.
changed too.
No,
remember
it
that.
absolutely
It could. But I'm saying, like, I would be okay. I wouldn't be happy, obviously, but I'd be okay with Dusty or Espada. I like both of them.
Listen, they were my two last names. I mean, we're right on cue here, which is why we would win World Series numerous times if we were doing this.
Absolutely.
If we were the GM, but we're just here to help. We're here to help you, John Middleton. I know you listen.
Make a phone call, John.
I know you've been listening to the fans. We are here to run your organization.
We still need a show sponsor, John. Call us up. We're cheap.
You still got them blunts, John?
We'll help you out. We'll help you out, John. We're cheap.
Still got that cigar business, Johnny?
Sell the fuck out of some cigars.
You will freaking smoke some cigars and
I'll smoke them live on air.
We'll let Ron do what he does in the bathroom.
We might roll them up. We might break them down and roll them up again. Smoke them on air.
Love you, Mikey Klinkoff.
Clinky!
Mama said, I can't take you guys today. So entertaining. Matt Haxton.
Yeah, hit Matt Haxton before I get my 5 because it's a good one.
Matt Haxton, would you be okay with the Phillies not spending money this offseason if they had a chance to grab Mookie Betts the following year?
Yes.
I'm not mad about it, Matt.
Yes, I'd be very okay with that.
You know how I feel about Mookie Betts. Outside of Trout, I still believe Mookie Betts is the second best player in baseball.
When you say not spend money, you mean not spend big money, which I'm fine with. I still want to get some mid-tier arms, and there's mid-tier arms I like.
Sure.
And I like Spencer Howard's chance to maybe be on the roster at some point next year.
And I think Matt actually brought that up earlier. He was asking about Howard and Medina, and I responded back in just the sense of, you can't count on them for a full year.
No,
I think they can help this team this year at some point. But after what Eflin, Pivetta, Velasquez, and Eichhoff has, we overvalued them for, to the point of I'm not going to rely on these guys for a full season as a rookie.
But a new pitching coach, a new regime, a new thought process can maybe get some of these guys, some of them, back to what maybe we thought they were going to be,
now,
which isn't great.
I would like to see someone
good
rejuvenate Pivetta.
Yeah,
like can Nick Pivetta be a good enough arm for us as our fourth, or whatever?
I think Eflin is going to be in the rotation probably as the 5. He's pitched well enough down the stretch that I think he secured a spot. But the other 2 guys that you're bringing up there, or even 3 if you count Eichhoff, but the other guys, Pivetta and Velasquez, they got to show something, or else they're not going to make this team. So.
But look at how he overvalued those 4 for so long.
No, I agree, yeah.
And that's where, I just I'm going to pump the brakes a little bit on Howard and Medina and not say they can't help.
Spencer Howard is head and shoulders above Medina, no offense.
And now Connor Seabold has actually passed him, too.
I've been hearing from a bunch of people that are like, Medina is a guy that's maybe is a guy that maybe helps the team somewhere. Spencer Howard's a guy that should be in the rotation
at some point.
Yeah,
I'm not going to use him all year though.
Yeah, but if I go out and get a Strasburg hypothetically, and I can go Noah, Strasburg, Arrieta, Eflin, Howard.
At some point in the year, yeah.
I'm just saying, but day one. No, I get that, but to say day one, if I go out with them 5, you guys aren't good.
No, I'd take it. I still don't.
I want the young. No. You guys miss me. This is where you two always miss me.
What?
Realize what I'm doing here. I'm putting the kid right in the 5 with 3 legitimate vets in front of him. Okay, and a guy who's won a Cy Young, another guy who had all the pedigree in the world. Okay, and Aaron Nola as well. I'm putting them with them guys right away. Right away, I want you here talking. I want you talking pitching. I want you to learn even. Charlie Morton gives all his credit to his success to Roy Halladay. That shit matters. That shit matters.
I don't disagree.
It matters.
I just don't know how much.
Stop being fucking scared over there.
I don't know how much.
Stop being scared.
I'm not worried.
You're always
Jake
scared.
Arrieta. How much of Jake Arrieta? You get it?
Fuck Arrieta.
Now he's your 3, though. That's where I'm with you.
Listen, honey, when you go, I love it.
He's your 3,
sweetheart.
Listen, sweetheart.
If he's my 5. We're good. But
when you're going 1 and 2 or Pims, you're not gonna get everything you want.
We have 3 5s right now.
My God.
You have Eflin, Arrieta, and then if you bring back Vargas, you have 3
Grow up, Peter
5s.
Pan. I'm going out and getting Strasburg, and I just told you what my starting 5 was.
And you still have 3 5s.
If you want to be scared, then be scared then. Okay?
You still have 3 5s.
You count Howard as a 5. You don't know shit about Howard
as
yet.
a rookie?
Guys, now, this is what I love about us. We're always scared a guy can't come in and produce right away. What are we scared of?
I'm not scared of anything. I'm just
scared. Get a dog, Greg.
They're inside.
They're not your dogs.
They're not.
Don't you? You're not allowed to use them now for your damn agenda. No, I understand what you're saying, but my point is, why are we always scared? We're not asking the guy to commit him and be our number 1.
Bring him up. I'm not scared to bring him up. I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna expect
you don't have
a lot.
But you don't have to. If he fails, you got You got Pavetta still. You have other guys that you could work into that 5-hole. We're talking about the 5 spot.
Yeah.
We're talking about the 5 spot. You can flip Arrieta and Eflin. Go ahead. Eflin could be your 3.
If Arrieta can come back healthy and actually pitch a full year, maybe and be productive for us, that'd be nice to see. But am I counting on that? No.
I don't have to count on it though. I don't have to count on it.
You got to go out and get 2 or 3.
No, I don't.
I think 2 for sure.
Nope. I'm not buying into it. Not doing it. I'm going to get 1. I'm going to get 1 freaking puppy. Why can't we just go get a puppy?
Go get Garrett Cole. I'm fine with it. Yeah.
But we're acting like this is what I love. I understand.
We're going to spend stupid money. We're only going to get 1.
Will you let me finish?
No, I'm not going to let you finish because you're not right.
Are you on the wood?
I was waiting for it. You're lucky we let you wear a headset.
That took a lot of voting.
Must have caught us at a vulnerable time.
Sleeps is like that better never be unmuted.
It isn't for most of the show.
I'm fucking waiting. But my point is, we forget because Noah struggled at the end. I get it. But he's still a legit 1 or 2. So let's not run from it. If you go get Strasburg, you're 1 too heavy, right? You're 1 too heavy. I get it. You're putting a lot of stock in Arrieta, but I'm not, though, because we know Eflin is good enough, okay? We know Eflin's good enough. You go Howard, okay? And then you hope for Arrieta. If he's not, that's where you do your fallback plan of maybe Pavetta or somewhere else. But at least 1-2, I am not going on losing streaks. I'm not, okay? And I can actually maybe win more than 4 games in a row this year. Maybe. I'm just asking for a friend. Can I go on a winning streak? Would love to have one. The Mets were a fucking dumpster fire, and Mickey Callaway was fired immediately, but at least they had some spark in them. Christ.
They won like 10 of 11 at one point.
Christ.
In summer.
I'm so sick of it. Like, that's my simple solution is Steven Strasburg changes his entire rotation. Or Garrett Cole. Or Wheeler to a point. But they change this rotation where now you're like, I'm 1 too heavy, and you just need a 1-2 punch.
But
you're not always going to get like the Washington top 3.
Well, that's where I was going to counter
Houston
you with,
top
right?
3.
Because,
you're not always going to get that.
But no. that's who's still playing right now, right? So you have Washington, Noah, and obviously would take Strasburg away from them. But right now they have Scherzer, Strasburg, Corbin. Astros obviously have Verlander, Cole, Greinke, and then during the regular year they had Wade Miley.
Okay, well let me get cute.
You know what I'm saying?
Spencer Howard dealt in the minors. Okay, live shit, not Pavetta live, like moves live. Okay, not flat live. Who says it? Why can't a guy come in and be good from Jump Street?
Could be.
Why is everything a learning curve?
It up
That's my point.
In Arizona.
And that bullpen down there in Double-A set records this year in strikeouts and all kinds of shit. There's arms down there that can throw.
Yeah.
There's arms down there that can throw. I'm tired of acting like we don't have nothing down there. We got to make some moves. We got to open up the checkbooks a little bit. Moustakas would be nice. And a Strasburg. If I got Moustakas in Strasburg, I feel delicious going into 2020. Delicious. You can give me nothing else. You can tell me I'm going back to the same team with Strasburg and Moustakas, and my morning wood is aggressive. It's poking you in the back aggressive. Okay? I don't need a million things. I know what I need. I need a fucking shutdown arm, and I need a third baseman if Bomb's not going to be up. But if Bomb's ready to go, then he's my guy. I'm not scared. If the kid can play, he can play. I'm not going to be scared anymore. I got enough veterans surrounding these guys where I can hide their youngness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can win with both. You can. So there's options. So you don't go get Moustakas. You go Bomb, and then you go address your bullpen then. That's where I want my mid-level arms at.
What's crazy?
So like the mid-level deals that you're talking about,
but here's
Greg,
what's crazy for you, though.
I need them guys in the back end of my pen.
Want to hear something crazy though?
Yeah.
And this is the truth.
But that's where I think you could throw Velasquez and Pavetta.
Oh.
But this is always. But listen to this.
But no, you're not wrong.
But this is always the truth though.
Oh.
Is that
Tremendous
the guys that were hurt this year in our bullpen could be back next year and could have great years. Bullpen switches every year. It does. It's crazy. It really does. Guys go from having great years to bad years all the time.
Will Robertson be okay next year?
No. Oh, he's expected to miss 3 quarters, if not the entire year.
Oh, okay. Well,
Nishak isn't under contract.
I'm not playing that game
Hunter's
anymore.
not under contract.
Hunter can go too. Go drink a beer,
those two are under
PJs,
contract.
on your way
now,
out.
Morgan, those
Morgan.
type of
I
guys
never thought
will
I
be
would want
better.
Adam Morgan more in my life.
I do right now.
That's
yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
That's ridiculous. But again, he serves a purpose out of the bullpen.
And he was throwing pretty well before he got hurt.
Found
so,
the niche. Found his niche a little bit.
Yeah, kind of found it.
But maybe
found his
Pavetta, like Greg said, maybe Pavetta and Velasquez can find their niche back there with a new regime. Maybe Velasquez can be your 8th inning guy. Come out, throw fucking seeds. Both of them, too. 7, 8. Come out, freaking throw hard.
Throw gas, yeah.
Throw gas. Control your
I feel
off
like
speed.
that should be perfect for Vince, because Vince always, there's times where he gets hit early, but a lot of times he goes 4 pretty clean innings, and then he gets lit up.
Then he gets
you
lit
know
up.
what I mean? So
he's always good early. But, fam, it's a great morning wood right here.
we love it.
We love you jumping in. We got a big game, obviously, Sunday, 1 o'clock.
We're moving towards a few more of these morning woods as the year progresses.
Yep. Once I actually get an official place to live, that'll be even easier.
Yeah.
3 times a week, just wooding you down.
Just wooding you down. It's a lot of wood.
Not even wetting it. We go and roll here on the wood.
Jesus Lord. I do have the hoodie on.
I didn't realize it. Fitting. Hope you liked it. Hope it was big for you, big enough show for you out there. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Go Birds this weekend. You'll have the weekly roundup tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And then, listen, we'll be back Sunday night. Agree, disagree.
Absolutely.
8 p.m. start.
Hopefully talking about a win.
Hopefully talking about a 4-2 football team. So
and
a lot of excitement.
To Dallas.
And, listen, you got to love. James says going in dry. Let's go. I can't. Listen, I'm just this show had to happen today because of the firing of Gabe Kapler. If the Eagles weren't playing, we're opening Phillies, and we might talk Phillies for 2 hours.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's how exciting this is.
It was like a holiday yesterday.
Well, I got one more. Matt Haxton. What up, Matty? Here we go. Matt's right on my. Come with me, Matty. I like this even better. Noah, Strasburg, Howard, Hamels on a deal, and Arrieta. Then switch Kingery to second base, and maybe someone like Todd Frazier at third base until Baum comes up. Good names, Matty.
Great
names.
Good names. I like the Todd father. That's a good name.
Ricky Gouin, Flyers game tomorrow. Let's get to 3-0. 6-point talk.
Let's get it.
Let's go. Get 2.
And we go to the West Coast.
Oh, my God.
Everybody loves a West Coast trip. At least I do, because I'm a night
I
worker.
love West Coast. James, thanks, brother. Philly Sports Guys live tonight at 8 p.m. too. I thought we switched to that.
PSG tonight, yeah.
PSG tonight. Me versus Sweeps at 8 p.m. too. Violent.
Uh-oh.
Somebody won't be on the show for a while. Most likely me. Morning Wood, A2D. I'd like to thank our doc, Nick and yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. And for all you gambling junkies out there trying to give you money, use A2D promo to save 20% off.
Promo code A2D.
Promo code A2D. Anybody want to slice it. ATS Sportpicks.com. ATS Sportpicks.com. Promo code A2D. Save 20%. For Tom Arnone, Brian Wilson, Greg Milwakovic, we love yous. We out.
Peace.